We speak with Tony Badran. He is a research fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. With the rebels withdrawing from Homs, does this hand Assad a symbolic victory ahead of the elections, would you say?
Symbolically, yes. But it's also a victory that has been in the coming for several months now, as the Assad regime has been allowed to pretty much clear up an area in western Syria stretching from sort of the Damascus, the capital, through Homs all the way to the coastal mountains where Mr. Assad's sect is predominant and his power base is strongest. So the clearing of Homs now comes as a result of a months and months long siege that the regime forces have been able to effect with the help from Shiite militias and pro-Iranian militias like Hezbollah and other Iraqi militias.
Tony, more broadly, what should we read into this in terms of the war itself, would you say?
We shouldn't read too much into it, of course. Like I said, this is, militarily, Homs has already been fallen a while ago. So this doesn't affect anything in terms of the balance on the ground. As a matter of fact, if anything, if you look elsewhere outside this area in western Syria, say in the south, in the Daraa region, for instance, as well as in the north, the rebels have been making advances and taking positions away from the regime. So in the broader picture doesn't really change much at all. It just gives Assad a propaganda victory and sort of a moral setback to the rebels, but militarily it doesn't really alter the picture all that much.
Tony, it seemed like the world was very focused on Syria, but now it seems like the focus has shifted with Ukraine. Of course, the situation in Nigeria pretty much occupying much of the world's attention. What are we likely to see on the diplomatic front? You just heard Jessica Stone talking about Kerry going to Geneva. Do you expect much there?
No, absolutely not. I mean, even the first Geneva, when before the Ukrainian crisis, it wasn't going to go anywhere. It was very clear. Once the United States refrained from striking the Assad regime, it gave him a free hand to pursue his brutal tactics of siege and barrel bombs and starvation, pretty much with a green light. So there was no way that Assad, with unimpeded help from Iran and Russia, and no counterbalancing help to the rebels from the United States, was going to sort of agree to his own demise at the negotiating table. And certainly there is no prospect of that happening now.
What do you expect will come out of al-Jarba's visit?
I'm skeptical that much at all of importance will come out of it. He might get a few symbolic gestures here and there, like what happened with the United States recognizing the Syria, the opposition's as a foreign mission in the United States and so on. But in terms of what they really want, which is anti-aircraft missiles, they're not going to get that, I don't believe. I mean, we'll see. I remain highly skeptical. This is something that the administration has said that they prefer not to do, and the emphasis on a negotiated settlement, all of that is kind of code that suggests that the administration is not really going to change much at all in its policy.
Tony Badran joining us from New York. Thanks so much.